Hey everyone, what is going on? It is Colin C back from the Crypto Boys, and I have a great video for you today. I'm going to go over the Fed meeting, give my idea of kind of where the market's going, where it might be headed, and just because of a lot of the macro events that are coming together all in one day, I figured we'd get on here really quick. In full disclosure, one of my clients didn't show up this morning, got sick, so I had an extra hour. So I'm like, hey, I'll go jump on YouTube real quick, and I wanted to do a Fed meeting video anyways. Wasn't going to have time to do it, so I'm like, let's go on here, throw it together. All right, guys, let's go ahead and get right into the video. Okay, everybody, so the first thing I want to go over here is obviously the Fed meeting and what's going to happen in it, and my opinions on it. Fed meeting decision looks baked, but outlook is far from certain. So basically what that means is we're thinking that it's already possibly baked into the market. It's already into the market, the 50 basis point hike. Here's the issue is that people are thinking that Powell could be even more hawkish and go to a 75 point basis hike. And who really knows? No one really knows for sure or not. But the Fed chair hints ahead of the meeting is that Powell said during a panel discussion hosted by International Fund, the IMF, is that you're basically going to be expecting that 50 basis point hike or the 0.5 percentage rate. We get that, the half point hike, whatever. However, he could even go 25% because what people aren't looking at is our job our job openings right here. Our job numbers are 11.5 million jobs out there right now. People are leaving their jobs in droves right now. I mean, there are so many job openings right here. Job openings increased from 205,000 to 11.5 million in March. That's crazy. And one thing Jerome Powell wanted to do, the one thing was keep our labor market strong. That's the thing he really preached. And with these numbers, does that mean he's going to be even more dovish now? Does that mean there's a potential that he may even goes 25 basis points? Who knows? I'm not saying that it's probably not going to be the case, let's be honest, but as long as he keeps the 50 basis points, I don't think you're going to see much move in the market. I do think you're probably even going to see a little bit of a pump, and really because of the market sentiment right now of how down it is in the crypto market, that is, and really obviously the equities as well, but in the crypto market per se, I think that if he did end up going more dovish, you're going to see even a bigger pump than we've seen and really just over last night, that we kind of crawled up above that 39K mark from 37.5, which seems to be somewhat of a local bottom. I'll go ahead and go over that here in a second. If he goes to 75 points, then we're going to see probably a pretty stark drop. So we'll have to see which one happens. And you can start. One thing that we've been thinking about here at the Crypto Boys is, do you start playing these Fed meetings? Because you already know how many are coming and when they're coming. So you see another one coming up in June. You see, obviously, the minutes are going to be released on May 25th. When that happens, do you just go ahead and kind of trade or swing trade the market? I don't know, not financial advice. It's something that Joe and I were actually talking about this morning that could be an option to do, but we think overall the market's really gonna depend heavily on what happens at these meetings going forward, especially when we approach these meetings and when things are actually said versus what's actually said, because timing seems to be very important when you're going through kind of these bearish times. All right, guys, so here's some just kind of latest developments, some things that I think are noteworthy. So basically they're trying to ratchet up Wednesday. Obviously we already know all that. That's going to come out today at some point in time. Federal officials are poised to raise their benchmark rate hike by half a percentage point because we're trying to take $9 trillion in assets off their portfolio. Yikes, that's going to take a little bit of time, right? So the biggest one happened, I want to say it was back in 2017 or something like that, and it was 50 billion a month about is what they were trying to save. They're trying to go to 95 billion this time, so almost double that. You can see kind of effect that's going to have on your overall market when you're doubling the last time you ever had to increase your interest rates. So whenever that may happen and whatever that means for the crypto space, we're not sure yet, but typically if you look at Johnny Woo's Twitter here, which is another great Twitter account that we use pretty often here at the Crypto Boys, is, let's go ahead and pull that up. Didn't even pull it up, but here we go. So pretty Johnny Woo's Twitter here is that you can see before the meeting, after the meeting, every single time we get some sort of run up, and you can see this line just before right here. Okay, nothing, kind of found that bottom, boom, we shoot up just before the meeting, drop, 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 then we shoot up. Is that what's going to happen here? We don't know, but I guarantee you there's probably a lot of traders wondering the exact same thing of where is this kind of question mark going to go. Then in June, when I think it's June 15th or June 25th, we have another one that we're going to have to decide on what's going to happen then. So these are going to be coming fast and furious and more often as we kind of start paying down this balance sheet and start getting, kind of start paying those assets back. All right, guys, like I said, today's got to be a pretty quick video. I got to kind of get rolling, get this thing edited and up. But another thing I wanted to look at in TradingView here is that you've seen kind of consistent on like just a 4-hour chart of these kind of just lower lows as far as these quick kind of bottoms here. But what we're seeing right now too is something to note is that we saw some pretty good resistance here, or I should say support, excuse me, some support here at the 37.5 mark. What is that going to mean going forward that you see kind of this double bottom here at the same position? That means typically that people aren't waiting to see how much lower the market's going to go. The whales are accumulating now. Whale buying is happening like crazy. That's another thing that wasn't indicative of the bear markets or the bearish times of the past. Again, I don't think we're in a bear market. I really, truly don't. Joe, completely different story, and he's got his reasons why. I think we're still in a bull run. I think we're running to all-time highs at the end of 2022, maybe even beginning of 2023. That's just me. However, I do think that the whale buying is very indicative of where this market's going to go and where it's going to head. Of course, we've got to have more retail adoption back in, but that's going to happen as soon as Bitcoin starts heading higher and higher. You guys all know everybody starts FOMOing in. You start getting calls from your uncle, your cousin, your grandma of like, what's this Bitcoin going on? As soon as that happens, that's when you know stuff's about to get real. Okay, so that's kind of pretty much all I wanted to look at today. Just a couple really quick charts, give you some ideas on the Fed meeting of what we think is going to happen. Basically, in a nutshell, if he's super dovish because of the job numbers, markets are going to fly. If he's just normal, 50 point basis hike, we think it's probably just going to chill out. It's already baked into the market. Might even go up a little bit. 75, and he switches it on us, then yeah, we're flying down. Get your money on the side. As always, guys, go ahead and DCA in. Just kind of chill out. The market's doing some crazy things. Don't put all your money in right now. You need to not be fearful of the market, but you do need to look at some things that are good buys, things that you truly believe in, and make sure you're putting in projects that aren't super speculative, because if this does turn out to be a full-on bear market, a lot of these projects will not be here in 2 or 3 years. They will be absolutely obliterated and probably gone and probably not coming back along with your money. All right, guys, so that's all I've got today. I got to get out of here. I got a bunch of stuff to do today. We do hope you guys have a great day, and as always, we appreciate you rocking with the fittest crypto channel on YouTube. And I'm out.